And let's see how this is going to go. So Naniwa versus ForGG, let's introduce our players. In the upper left-hand corner of the map is going to be our blue pros player from Team Property, Naniwa. And down to the bottom right-hand corner of the map, our red Terran player from Millenium, ladies and gentlemen, ForGG. So it has been a little while since I've casted, again about a couple of weeks or so, maybe, a bit less than that, maybe 10 days or so. So you'll have to put up with me a little bit. I'm probably going to be a bit slow. I'm probably going to miss a couple of things, I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit rusty. I don't actually think I've opened StarCraft in the last couple of weeks. I have just been so down and committed to getting my work done, which, like, good Wardy. Do my job of being a student, which is now over. Scary times, scary times. So, we have first SCV starting across the map here. The FPS seems to be kind of shit, so give me a quick moment, guys, to tab and just pause my stream, and that should help us out a little bit. That's something I really, that's actually helped so much. It's something I need to look into a little bit, just sorting out the... oh, does that lag it as well? Oh, that's weird. Okay, that's really weird. I didn't realise. It changes so much if I have the preview up on... Expert, so I'll shut that down as well. Now it looks as though it's going a lot smoother, so sorry about that. Again, I need to really sort out these couple of technical issues in the next couple of weeks or so. But for now, in the CVP, we have a pretty standard opening. Although Naniwa is on 2 gases, he is only mined with 3 workers in total, so he's just going to be dropping the Nexus here in a couple of moments. This SCV is not going to decide to block that, and as he drops the Nexus, he is... again, going to be able to go into gas mining nice and quickly if he wants to follow up with some kind of tech. His mothership core's on the way, and he's going to be able to start dealing with this Reaper in a few moments' time, which is now just popping in. This was just a Reaper opening from ForGG, and continuing to mine gas as well, so going to be going into that factory here in the fairly near future. This first Reaper is going to be deflected, actually does pick up a kill there, so... doing an okayish job, and does of course get in to scout out what's going on, sees those double gases, and again knows the possibility of some fairly quick tech coming in, although he will have probably already seen this earlier on from that first SCV. Second worker goes down here, and we're pulling a lot of probes there, but Reaper will escape on 5 hit points, and for now that will be about it from ForGG's Reaper. He's going to back off with this. Is a Stalker just popping out? Yes, it is. So, going to be a little bit hard to get back into this base now, and once he does commit back into this, it probably will be a suicidal attempt to just get some scouting information. So, going to want to try and wait until that first piece of tech is on its way, and it is going to be that robo facility. Reaper coming in right now, actually just decides to jump away though, not going to be able to get the information he needs, not going to get behind this mineral line and see that this robo facility is coming down fairly quickly here. So, kind of interesting from Naniwa. You know, nowadays in PvT we see a lot of kind of Stargate openings, of course, and even Twilight Council openings, just opening into that blink and then the robo. But to go for this robo so soon, well, we'll see what this might lead to. Of course, I mean, there's always that potential to just chrono out a couple of Immortals and very quickly get very aggressive in the game. On the other side of things, I mean, it is kind of nice and standard as well. You can get your observers out, you can begin dealing with this mine play, you know, no real problems at all. Very plain and simple. Get your observers out, you got some stalkers to help defend, and you just play the defensive game and start teching up into your upgrades, into your Colossi, and there is that robo on the way down very, very quickly here for Naniwa at the start of this game. 6.5 minutes this went down, so again, really looking to rush out the Colossi right now. First set of Marines coming across the map here from ForGG. Now, of course, he does have... Naniwa, that is, does have a mothership core in his base, so he does have that photon overcharge available. A couple of stalkers on the low ground should be enough to help defend for now. Pulling his stalkers in towards the main, though, to deal with that Reaper. Interested to see how he decides to try and defend here. This man is going to make its way towards the natural mineral line, and this mothership core is taking a bit of damage here. Won't be able to get taken down, but 6 workers taken down by the mine, and that's a little bit of a mistake there by Naniwa, as he will clean up all of these Marines. And we'll have to move into position to deal with this mine right now. The mothership core does survive and didn't have to use a photon overcharge yet, so he does have that available now to deal with the next wave of aggression, which is coming in the form of a medevac right now across the map, straight through the middle, and he's going to be aiming this towards the main base mineral line, looking to add on a few more workers to the 8 he was killed in total so far this game. Again, 2 from that first Reaper and 6 from that mine hit, that mine which is now cleaned out here at the natural thanks to the help of this observer. No observer elsewhere on the map though, which means that Naniwa is completely blind to this drop coming in. He does have that photon overcharge very quickly though, and he will just use 1 probe to soak the damage of that mine. The photon overcharge again just warding this medevac away, and this has been well done so far by Naniwa. No real further damage taken from this aggression of ForGG just yet, and ForGG is going to get out of here with this medevac as well with 6 Marines and the medevac on less than half hit points, it's probably not the best idea to jump in straight away. Nice to keep out on the map though, because of course if you can get an attack going when your opponent's starting to move out, you know, any couple of workers you can pick up are going to be worthwhile. We have another medevac coming across the map as well, so if he can even just pull those stalkers out of position from the natural, you know, he can drop in towards that, and it can maybe create an opportunity for him here. So we'll see what he's going to be able to do. Again, there's a photon overcharge available for Naniwa because he didn't use one super early on, so he does still have one photon overcharge available, so he should be fine here. We actually see the drop starting to come in towards the natural, very easily dealt with though, and Stalker's even going to pick off that medevac, so ForGG not getting much done here, but the mines are going to burrow in the main base. Naniwa is just going to see it's a little bit late, pulls back at just the right time with a handful of workers, so kind of minimises the damage there, still takes 5 workers losses. And again, ForGG doing some nice work with these units, and keeps them mines alive, so again the possibility to come back in with that. As back at home, he's added on his extra production now, his medevacs are starting to roll out, he's got his stem, his combat shields on the way, everything is really starting here. For ForGG, you know, he's really getting in towards his mid-game. He's kept Naniwa occupied early on, he's kept him a little bit behind because of the worker damage he's been doing, and now he's allowing himself to build up into where the Terran absolutely excels, when he's got this stim bio early in the game with medevacs before a lot of splash damage is out. But gotta remember, Naniwa did invest into these Colossi very early on, and he does already have 2 of those out, so that's a lot of splash available. Not much in front to kind of deflect units right now, and oh, Naniwa doesn't have warp gate yet. Whoa, that can only be a mistake, right? 10 minutes starting warp gate, that has to be a mistake. That being said, he does only have 1 gateway, so I mean, I guess it's in some way possible this is kind of his build. Nah, surely it's still not this late though. I mean, 2 extra gateways on the way down here. I mean, you know, you'd expect the at least warp gate to line up with these 2 extra gates. You know, if you're only on one gateway for so long, then sure, but to be on literally, you know, 3 gates and not have warp gate, that is definitely a mistake. So Naniwa messing up a little bit there, or at least in my eyes, and he does have blink halfway done. Another Colossus on the way out. I mean, again, ForGG's a little bit scared to attack into this. 2 Colossi is sort of scary, and you know, it's very easy for the pros player to just very quickly warp in a bunch of units. Of course, ForGG doesn't know that Naniwa is missing warp gauge because he hasn't actually scanned into this natural expansion. He hasn't been in the main super recently. This mine drop is actually just continuing to sit over to this left hand side. He's just going to pick everything up into medevacs now, and there is a third nexus over here, and that could be in a little bit of trouble in a couple of moments. These units are going to start dropping out, mostly Marauders right now. Naniwa are going to start moving into position to deal with this, and it's going to be the drop in the main base, which is going to be very hard to deal with without the use of warpins. But there is a Colossus left behind for an overcharge being popped as well. Mines begin to burrow. Probes are going to be able to make it away though. Only 1 goes down. Very well done. And over to this right hand side, Naniwa is going to clean up the majority of his army here, doing a good job. So ForGG is turned away, and you know, he actually lost quite a bit in that little shuffle, little engagement. Naniwa has lost 15 workers, but he's taken down a good amount of what ForGG has, and you can actually see ForGG really hasn't been trading super efficiently, and considering Naniwa has 3 Nexuses up, his economy is excelling right now. 64 pros to 46 SCVs. He's actually got +1 armor. ForGG just with +1 weapons on the way in right now. Another big drop coming towards the main base. Naniwa really doesn't have many observers out on the map. He doesn't see stuff like this coming in. He's left 1 Colossus here, but I mean, just 1 Colossus is not going to be enough. Very quickly, one of those medevacs does go down, but now ForGG has a lot in this main base, and he's just going to stim. He's going to go after this Nexus. At the same time, I mean, Naniwa's army is just coming back to try and defend this here. Another Colossus does pop out. Nexus will fall, but again, ForGG has lost a lot here, and Naniwa's actually going to be able to shut down these medevacs. It seems he blinks forwards and he takes down another one with the units, and it is on 1 hit point here, so ForGG just staying alive with this. The other couple of medevacs which are out on the map did get turned away. ForGG decided not to attack across with those and not to hit that 3rd base, so Naniwa's still in an okay position here. You know, he loses that main base, but he takes down a lot of the army while doing so, and he actually has this 1 cannon here, which if it could just pick up that shot on that 1 hit point medevac, that would be huge, and he target fires it. Really nice little move there by Naniwa as we see a mine coming in towards this 3rd base. Continued aggression from ForGG, but Naniwa just continues to hold on. These probes can get back to work and continue mining here at this 3rd base. That wouldn't mind. The only real issue right now is, again, another couple of medevacs load up, and ForGG wants to continue this aggression. He wants to keep Naniwa back on his opponent's side, on you know, his side of the map. ForGG is not in the best of positions here. I mean, he's 1, 2, 6. He's down by about 8 supply, and as a Terran player, you never really want to be down in supply in the game in TVP. It just isn't really how the matchup works. You want to be ahead because your army generally isn't quite as effective. You can see here, you know, the army for Naniwa, the army for Naniwa is a lot larger, and of course, it's going to trade a lot more effectively than the army of ForGG in a big fight. But you see a drop coming back in towards the main base though, but again, I mean, there's units in position. Naniwa's doing a great job of continually turning these away. Some units do pick up here. Blink forward, trying to grab that one medevac, and again, trying to push in towards the third base, but Naniwa turning this away for now, and continues to just hold on. He's even going to push across now. Feeling as though he's got an opportunity to try and start pushing this back. He plants forward with a couple of these Stalkers. They're going to bite the dust, however. Not quite able to grab these Vikings. A blink now, though, and he will be able to grab not just one. Okay, he'll get one. I thought he might have got the second one there, but not quite. The 2 medevacs behind the main base are not moving forwards just yet. 1-1 upgrades. About to finish up here for Naniwa. That'll even the upgrades here in this game, as both players now set up on their free bases. But Naniwa still at 67 probes to 53 SCVs. He's still in a fantastic spot. These couple of medevacs are kind of stuck, and with army left behind here, I mean, actually that's a lot of army Naniwa has left behind. That's 2 Colossi. That's a lot of his army. So again, he really is just sitting back defending here, continuing with his upgrades. 2-2 on the way. And Templar Archives coming in as well, so starting to look for a way to kind of switch out of this and, you know, switch up his composition. Stalker's going to start taking down the medevacs, and ForGG not going to get away with any of this. Moving forwards with the main army right now, though, and there's a lot of Vikings here. Only 2 Colossi over to this side. Stalker's actually blink forwards, trying to take down the Vikings, and, well, his initial Colossi are going to go down here. The Zealots are charging forwards, though. And these Stalkers will continue to try and take down the Viking numbers. There are 2 more Colossi in the main base here, and they are on their way down right now. I think there might even be a third one just popped out, perhaps. There is one somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. There it is. It actually is just on its way from the main base right here. For ForGG going to land that factory, it'll help kind of block things off a little bit, choke things up, and stop the Zealots from charging forwards. Naniwa's going to be able to take down all of these Vikings, though, and without Vikings, there's no real way for ForGG to take down 3 Colossi. Unless there's nothing in front of them, but still some Stalkers, still some Zealots, and ForGG can't really move forwards here, it seems. Naniwa going to push forwards a little bit and take down that factory now, and ForGG just has to start backing off. He's going to stand back, though. He's going to turn around, try and fight this a little bit. Another blink forwards here by Naniwa, and he's going to start picking off a few Marauders, and he might just continue across the map right now, or will he? He does turn away, and just takes a moment. He doesn't know how many reinforcements are coming for his opponent, and he does have those upgrades very close to finishing. Templar Archives now finished as well, so some High Templar being warped in. And Naniwa getting set up, continuing to just macro up right now. A couple of Archons over here from those High Templar, adding in a little bit of defense to this third base as well, as we actually see ForGG backing off. And he's just going to wait a little while. His 2-2 is about to kick in. Does he have that Ghost Academy down? No, he does not. So again, just going to be playing kind of Bio Viking for a little bit longer here. Not really going to have too much of an answer to this kind of... Well, I mean, there's no storms yet, sure, but there's still these Archons, and they're very tanky and very difficult to deal with when you don't have those EMPs. And of course, as the upgrades continue to roll in, them Zealots are going to become harder and harder to kill. The upgrades are going to be even, but again, I mean, if a couple of EMPs go a very long way in terms of just cleaning out this Protoss army that little bit faster. So a couple more Zealots being warped in right now, as ForGG going to be moving forward, stimming a handful of units forwards here. One Marine being pulled back does actually go down here. Nice blink forwards from Naniwa. He's going to be able to take down a couple of these Vikings, 3 in total, before, in fact, that might be a 4th about to go down. Before they do anything, really, and there's 5 Colossi. I don't really think ForGG has an army to fight this. He's actually pulling the SCVs, so it's kind of a 2-2 timing from ForGG, but it's a 2-2 timing from Naniwa as well. And with so many Colossi in the back, truly, there's no way for ForGG. That being said, he has a lot of bios still. These SCVs are doing that tanking, that job of tanking, which is what they need to do. Naniwa needs to kind of kite away from this right now. A lot of SCVs going down. This is a big all-in from ForGG, as Naniwa just stepped a little bit too far forwards. He's trying to retreat. He is trying to get back towards his warpins. There's a wave of Zealots, and that might be exactly what he needs, because these units are so low on hit points, and as the Zealots come forwards, they're going to be able to tank, and ForGG is down by about 50 supply. The Colossi keep pushing forwards, and the medevacs, well, they're going to start getting taken down by these Stalkers in a couple of moments. They're actually working on the Vikings right now, but, well, ForGG stays alive for a little bit longer. Naniwa needs a few more Zealots. He loses another Colossus, but ForGG is just going to type GG, and there you go. Naniwa takes game number 1 in this best of 7 between property